Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Play for Miracles Bundle of April 2025. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos by buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Survival, Fountain of Youth, a hardcore first-person survival game set in the 16th century, where you're shipwrecked on a mysterious island while chasing legends of immortality. As a lone explorer, you'll juggle hunger, thirst, injuries, and exhaustion, while slowly piecing together your past and your captain's trail. It's not just about crafting and collecting, it's about endurance. Everything from poison wounds to gear durability forces you to think carefully and plan ahead. You'll level up skills by doing them, read books to unlock new abilities, and scavenge over 15 islands for essential resources. Tools break, food rots, and backpacks are not nearly as helpful as you'd like. You can't just hoard stuff. Managing your inventory weight becomes a daily headache, and bigger items require carts or shouldering. The realism hits hard, maybe too hard, especially when the grind starts slowing you down. Combat is bare bones, and controller support is rough, so keyboard and mouse are your best bet. But if you enjoy a slow burn, building your camp from sticks to shelter, this game rewards patience. Performance is solid, and it runs well even on modest PCs. While the journey can feel like a survival chore at times, there's a genuine sense of satisfaction when you finally thrive. If you're okay with a game that takes its time and demands yours, this island adventure may just be worth the trip, assuming you're not eaten by scorpions first. Stick with it, and you'll go from barely surviving to living like a legend. At number 2 we have Terraforming Mars, a game where you find yourself on Mars, leading a colonization team with the ambitious mission of transforming the red planet into a habitable environment. As a corporation, your goal is clear: make Mars hospitable in the most economical and efficient way possible. Playing the digital version will spare you the tabletop nuances, providing a seamless and visually stunning sci-fi atmosphere. The background music, with its calming yet mysterious tone, adds to the immersive quality. The digital adaptation introduces a convenient online multiplayer feature, allowing you to join or create games effortlessly. Terraforming Mars at its core combines resource management, hand management, and area control. The deck of project cards shapes the gameplay, presenting strategic choices and a touch of gambling. Deciding when to invest in cards, balancing resource production, and adapting a strategy to the changing planet conditions make for a compelling experience. Player interaction is woven into the fabric of the game, with numerous project cards facilitating resource exchanges among players. The unpredictable nature of the project cards injects an element of luck, occasionally leaving you at the mercy of a less than ideal draw. Despite occasional frustrations when luck seems to be against you, Terraforming Mars offers tactical control over the game's duration. Managing the pace of oxygen, temperature, and water level increases provides strategic depth, akin to the timing dynamics in Scythe. The atmospheric and imaginative experience of transforming Mars, coupled with satisfyingly placing forests, oceans, and cities, makes Terraforming Mars a must-play, particularly in its digital form. If you revel in area control, player interaction, and planetary transformation, Terraforming Mars stands out as a compelling and immersive choice. At number 3 we have Arkham Horror, Mother's Embrace, the video game debut for the Arkham Horror series, but it ultimately disappoints. It will leave you questioning if it should have stayed on the cardboard. The game follows familiar territory, with investigators exploring Lovecraftian locales, picking up clues, preserving mental resolve, and battling otherworldly horrors. Originally announced as Mansions of Madness, the digital version leans towards a dungeon crawler and haunted house survival horror game, resembling its tabletop counterpart. Encountering enemies shifts the game to turn-based strategy akin to XCOM, yet combat lacks depth and satisfaction. Stiff animations, flat voice acting, and occasionally grating writing contribute to an underwhelming experience. The story, involving a professor's mysterious death and cosmic horrors, fails to engage and perpetuates harmful tropes about psychiatric patients. Mother's Embrace lacks the atmosphere and gravitas of other Arkham horror games, emphasizing thematic issues and a lack of meaningful player agency. The Mythos Clock, intended to add tension, has minimal impact on scenarios. The game offers little variation based on character choices, and scenarios feel one-dimensional, missing the replayability of its tabletop counterparts. Despite these flaws, the game strangely compels you to continue, holding out hope for a better video game representation of the Arkham horror series. Unfortunately, Mother's Embrace falls short of that mark. At number 4 we have Bloomtown, A Different Story, a pixelated turn-based RPG that blends slice-of-life charm with dark fantasy themes, clearly drawing heavy inspiration from the Persona series. You step into the shoes of Emily, a girl spending the summer in a town hiding secrets, including missing kids, and a shadowy realm called the Underside. What starts as a simple visit to Grandpa's turns into a supernatural mystery, complete with demon contracts, summoned allies, and a talking dog named Hugo. You'll explore the town, garden, work jobs, and grow relationships with friends, all while uncovering a bigger conspiracy. Combat uses elemental weaknesses and summonable demons, but while the system mirrors Personas, it lacks clear instructions, especially on capturing new demons. The game offers social mechanics, dungeon crawling, and even stat building through part-time jobs and quests. Unfortunately, it often feels more imitation than innovation. Dialogue can be clunky, sometimes too drawn out or awkwardly modern for its implied 1960s setting. Bugs may disrupt your progress, such as broken quest triggers or time inconsistencies. That said, the pixel art is charming, the soundtrack is genuinely catchy, and there's a clear love for classic JRPG tropes. If you're a fan of Persona-style systems with a cozier visual twist, you might find Bloomtown intriguing. Just expect a few rough edges and an experience that sometimes struggles to carve out its own identity. With patience and lowered expectations, you may still find magic hiding in Bloomtown's shadows. Just know that this bundle gives you a 33% off coupon, as opposed to the game itself. At number 5 we have Carcassonne, Tiles and Tactics, a trip down memory lane that is highly recommended. The game holds a special place for many, serving as a gateway into hobbyist board games for some. Carcassonne's journey through different publishers has been rocky, with XOZ allowing it to languish. However, Asmodee Digital has stepped in, relaunching Tiles and Tactics across PC and Android platforms. This new version boasts crossplay functionality, connecting Android and Steam users, along with both asynchronous and real-time online multiplayer features. Tiles and Tactics doesn't reinvent the base game, but presents a sleeker version with a new UI and an isometric 3D board effect. The option to switch to an old-school view adds a nostalgic touch. Carcassonne's appeal lies in its simplicity to learn, yet it offers a high skill ceiling. Turn-based gameplay, where you place tiles to create roads, buildings, or open farm areas, seems straightforward. However, the strategic depth unfolds as you contend with limited meeples, and the risk of opponents blocking your projects. The competition can be fierce, stealing victory points and leaving your kingdom in ruins. The game demands patience and careful planning, but with sessions lasting 20 or 30 minutes, you can quickly regroup and start anew. Online play is smooth, accommodating light-hearted banter and strategic discussions. While Tiles and Tactics may not be glamorous, it serves its purpose as a vessel for Carcassonne, a timeless Eurogame. At number 6 we have A Game of Thrones, the board game, digital edition. A cutthroat experience of personal negotiations and strategic maneuvers, though its PC adaptation falls short in certain aspects. The game, rooted in the classic diplomacy, revolves around negotiations between players, making every move a matter of social bargaining and deception. The goal is to secure 7 castles through cunning diplomacy and tactical warfare. The digital version mirrors a tabletop classic, providing a functional but basic implementation. Unfortunately, the interface lacks sophistication, appearing more suited for a tablet game than a computer setup. The static map, accompanied by low poly models, lack the grandeur of the physical board game. The pacing issues hinder the single-player experience, with each AI action extensively animated, elongating what could be concise matches. While the AI provides a challenging opponent, the real essence of A Game of Thrones lies in multiplayer interactions. The digital adaptation struggles here, lacking adequate matchmaking for spontaneous play with strangers. Playing against friends remains the highlight, but the absence of distinct asynchronous play matches and persistent bugs can disrupt the experience. The lack of integrated voice or robust text chat further impedes the social dynamics crucial to the game's enjoyment. A Game of Thrones, the board game, digital edition, functions adequately as a basic board game port, but it fails to capture the magic of its tabletop counterpart, especially in terms of social interactions and adaptability to digital gameplay. At number 7 we have Blood Rage, digital edition, a game that attempts to bring the acclaimed board game to Steam, but falls short with bugs and a confusing UI. Originally praised for its innovative mechanics and captivating theme, the digital adaptation lacks polish. Blood Rage Digital Edition retains the board game's core mechanics, combining card drafting and area control. The game revolves around Viking clans competing for glory before Ragnarok. Strategic battles, resource management, and mythical elements characterize the gameplay. However, the digital version's flaws overshadow these strengths. Performance issues, choppy graphics, and erratic frame rates contribute to a frustrating gaming experience. The graphic design's bland colors make it challenging to distinguish player pieces on the board. The UI provides minimal information, forcing you to click on opponents to access crucial details about their abilities. Despite knowing the rules and adjusting settings, solo play remains cumbersome. Multiplayer is even worse, with reports of frequent crashes and unclear action prompts. Players dropping out are replaced by AI, but the unreliable multiplayer experience hampers the game's potential. Whether rushed or poorly tested, the digital edition fails to represent the board game adequately. Performance issues, an unclear UI, and unreliable multiplayer make it hard to recommend, even for Blood Rage enthusiasts. For a more enjoyable experience, consider the original tabletop game. At number 8 we have The Lord of the Rings Adventure Card Game Definitive Edition, a digital ode to J.R.R. Tolkien's fantasy universe. The game's astounding artwork, from menus to character illustrations, brings Middle-earth to life, captivating players with its rich detail. Navigating menus tailored for touch devices reveals a minor flaw, but as familiarity sets in, it becomes negligible. The game unfolds with 3 captivating campaigns, each featuring 5 quests, random skirmish encounters, and 3 challenging quests. Boasting over 20 unique heroes, deck-building freedom, various difficulty levels, and high-score challenges, The Lord of the Rings adventure card game promises abundant content. The narrative-driven campaign, complemented by stellar voice acting, echo the warmth of Tolkien's books. The first campaign, revolving around Bilbo, immerses players in battles against a diverse array of foes. Pre-made starter decks facilitate immediate play, while the deck-building aspect becomes crucial for conquering tougher quests. The card-driven combat, the game's core, impresses with 22 heroes and 184 card types, offering vast tactical options. Sauron's occasionally unpredictable AI adds an immersive touch, and as difficulty dynamically increases, the game maintains a balanced challenge. The Lord of the Rings Adventure Card Game Definitive Edition stands as a delightful digital adaptation, appealing to both tabletop enthusiasts and newcomers to Middle-earth. Thematic storytelling and top-notch combat mechanics make it a standout among digital board game editions. At number 9 we have Amberial Dreams, an engaging 2D physics-based precision platformer. You'll maneuver a sphere through 50 diverse levels, utilizing clear environmental interactions to navigate challenges. The objective is simple: move from point A to point B as swiftly as possible, employing ramps, bouncing platforms, anti-gravity zones, and more. Each level offers 3 objectives: pass the level, beat a specific time, and collect a moon coin, often strategically placed. Accomplishing all 3 proves a genuine challenge. Beyond the gameplay, a narrative unfolds as you follow Amber's awakening and explore 4 distinct biomes, each introducing unique twists and narratives. The evolving story adds depth, posing questions about missing sisters and a world transformed. Amberial Dreams stands out with a non-linear level layout, presenting challenges in an area rather than a traditional list. Unlocked levels are interconnected, offering variety and surprises. Some levels deviate, simulating an arcade machine with altered mechanics, low-gravity zones, or complete gravity reversals. Coupled with traps and obstacles, completing the game demands skill. A feature-rich experience includes a helpful statue that summarizes available levels, scores, and completion rates, allowing flexible level selection. This game showcases substantial potential as more players join and contribute to user-generated content. While the gameplay isn't groundbreaking, the unique level format and variety maintain a strong appeal. The graphics meet expectations, and the sound effects and music enhance the overall experience. Amberial Dreams is a high-quality game with room for improvement. Anticipate an even more vibrant experience with the influx of user-created content as time goes on. At number 10 we have Innchanted. A long-anticipated gem unfolds as a magical inn-management game with a twist. Tasked with reclaiming Jarl's family legacy stolen by an evil wizard, you and up to 3 friends dive into an enchanted world. The game offers a delightful blend of cute characters inspired by fairy folklore and indigenous Australians, reminiscent of the co-op dynamics found in Overcooked. As you progress through the levels, Innchanted unveils a rich tapestry of tasks, from guiding VIP customers to their tables and mixing potions to flavoring steaks and tending to pet wombats. The urgency to serve quickly adds a layer of excitement, with hungry magpies and impatient VIPs keeping you on your toes. Shells, the in-game currency, are your reward for successful service, but beware of thieves attempting to snatch them. Beyond the gameplay, Inchanted's visual charm shines with vibrant characters and customizable inns. The interface is user-friendly, providing clear information on customer orders and tasks. The game caters to all ages, offering simple mechanics for younger players and a satisfying challenge for seasoned gamers. Whether playing solo with AI companions or in a group, the co-op experience remains engaging. Innchanted not only captivates with its adorable characters and dynamic gameplay, but also offers replayability through upgrades, costume unlocks, and the quest for 3 or 4 stars on each level. With its fun mechanics and vibrant atmosphere, Innchanted is a must-have for fans of cute co-op games. At number 11 we have Splendor. The official digital adaptation of the best-selling board game offers an engaging and visually appealing experience, especially for fans of strategy and casual gaming. The game has received overwhelmingly positive reviews from a large player base. The introduction of online multiplayer enhances your gameplay experience, enabling engagement with friends or opponents globally. In Splendor, assume the role of a Renaissance merchant, utilizing resources to acquire mines, transportation methods, and artisans. The objective is to turn raw gems into beautiful jewels, attract nobles, and earn prestige. The digital adaptation captures the elements of the award-winning board game, featuring graphics and cards true to the original. The game provides various modes, including solo play, pass and play, and online multiplayer for 2 to 4 players. Splendor introduces challenges, offering scenario-based experiences set in the 15th and 16th centuries, providing historical context, advanced techniques, and rule variants. With an easy-to-learn yet challenging gameplay style, Splendor offers historically accurate background stories, multiple AI types based on unique strategies, and a 3-minute tutorial for convenience. The achievements board, worldwide leaderboards, and a rank system add to its replay value and competitiveness. While Splendor delivers a visually pleasing and strategically satisfying experience, recent reviews mention technical issues, slow animations, and lack of timer settings for private games. Nevertheless, the overall positive sentiment makes it a recommended choice for those seeking a light and enjoyable strategy game. Whether engaging in solo play, challenging AI opponents, or participating in online multiplayer, Splendor promises a delightful journey through the Renaissance, a valuable addition to the digital board game genre for fans of strategy and casual gaming. At number 12 we have Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small, a digital adaptation of Hugh Rosenberg's 2-player board game focused on farming and livestock breeding. You take on the role of a farmer building your homestead, raising animals, expanding pastures, and managing resources across 8 short but strategic rounds. This version stays mostly true to the physical game, and includes the More Buildings Big and Small expansion, adding more depth and replay value. You'll enjoy the core mechanics if you like worker placement games with a steady pace and thoughtful planning. With only 3 workers per round, every action counts, making each decision feel significant. The cross-platform multiplayer works, but only under certain conditions. Enabling expansions often leads to bugs or connection issues, which makes it frustrating to fully enjoy. Achievements are broken or overly ambitious, and you cannot set a proper time limit for multiplayer, which leads to dragged out matches. The interface is serviceable, but some parts, like animal auto-assignment and the lack of tooltips, can be irritating or confusing. Despite this, if you already enjoy the board game or want a lightweight strategy game to play casually, the core gameplay still shines. It is easy to learn, offers a good challenge with solid AI, and does a decent job capturing the board game's charm, especially when played with someone you know. With a little polish, this could have been something special. At number 13 we have Isle of Skye, a digital adaptation of the award-winning board game where 5 clans compete to rule a rugged, ever-changing Scottish island. You take on the role of a chieftain, building your territory tile by tile while balancing smart pricing, selling to opponents, and maximizing your own resources like whiskey, cattle, and ships. Every match gives you 4 randomized objectives, meaning no 2 games are the same. Whether you're expanding mountain ranges or defending your forts, you're constantly weighing tactical decisions. You can play solo against AI, pass and play locally, or take it online, but the experience varies. The gameplay itself is satisfying and easy to grasp, with short sessions that make it ideal for bite-sized plays. However, the interface can feel clunky, with zooming issues and menu awkwardness. The tutorial, which leans into odd text-based humor, may leave you more confused than helped. Still, once you get the hang of things, the core mechanics are engaging. The AI ranges from being a bit too easy to occasionally buggy, sometimes freezing entirely or forcing restarts. Online play is hit or miss, due to a limited player base and sluggish turns. If you can overlook these technical hiccups, the game offers a lot of replayability and a relaxing strategic vibe. Isle of Skye is a charming but imperfect digital board game. You'll enjoy it most if you're already a fan of the genre or the physical version, and you don't mind occasional rough edges in exchange for strategic depth and variety. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle offers wild value for the price. 28 games and expansions including heavy hitters like Carcassonne, Splendor, and Agricola, even if it's all creatures big and small. Sure, some top tier entries aren't true board game adaptations, but if you're even mildly into digital board games, this is a no-brainer pickup. You're stacking a massive library for cheap, and there's enough here to keep you clicking tiles and hoarding resources for months. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider unlocking early access to videos by buying the channel or coffee. Special thanks to Terry D for subscribing to the early access army, and Mr. TJ Gossage for buying the channel or coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.